Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for WREG News Channel 3 at 3. I'm Alex Coleman. The Memphis International Airport is officially being renamed after late FedEx founder Fred Smith. The Memphis-Shelby County Airport Authority Board unanimously voted in favor of the resolution at today's monthly meeting. Here to talk more about what this honor means is Beverly Robertson, the former president and CEO of the Greater Memphis Chamber and the National Civil Rights Museum. Beverly, always good to see you. How have you been doing? You look fantastic over there.
I have been great, and it is always my pleasure to be here.
My pleasure to have you here. You heard the news just this morning, the Memphis-Shelby County Airport Authority Board saying, let's do this. Let's rename the airport after Fred Smith. Your thoughts? Why is this so important?
It is so important because FedEx really dominates so much of that airport space, and those planes that fly out of here every day take packages everywhere around the world. And FedEx probably carries a big burden of the funding for the airport authority. So I think it is quite fitting and appropriate to name the airport in his honor.
His legacy will continue in that way and so much more.
It will live on forever.
I remember it was just a couple of years ago, you wrote to one of the newspapers, and they had a chance to share this, that you wanted to remember and celebrate the tremendous accomplishments and the indelible impact that Fred Smith has had on his hometown. Why did you feel it's so imperative to do that?
Well, I think it's really important because oftentimes when you sit at the top of an organization, it's a thankless place to be, and it's a thankless job. And it's easy for people to talk negatively about you, but rarely do people call up the great things that he's done. Mr. Smith is iconic. He's a magnet. He's a titan of the business world. He actually owns the largest transportation company in the world, headquartered right here in Memphis. He's hired right now probably 32 to 35,000 people. Everybody I know has a cousin, mama, daddy, uncle, brother, sister that works at FedEx.
There's that connection there, isn't it?
Absolutely. And even if you start out in the hub, you don't have to stay in the hub. There are so many positions to which you can move throughout that organization. So he has built not just a city out there, but he has created a culture in his organization and a culture in Memphis.
Bev, you've worn so many hats over the years here in the city of Memphis alone, but I know when you were at the National Civil Rights Museum, when you headed that, you wanted to make sure Fred Smith was honored. Why so?
Well, I think that when you start thinking about people who have transformed their spaces, you know, those Freedom Awards are given to people whose life's work is engaged in transformation, you know, whether it's of civil rights or of the culture. Fred Smith has transformed Memphis in ways that we will never be able to thank Fred nor his family for. I mean, it's not just the employment of people, it's his engagement with nonprofits. Some nonprofits, without the support of FedEx, would not exist. They would go away.
Especially in these days and times when we're hearing about so many cutbacks.
Especially, and I continue to be concerned about those important nonprofits, and so many of them are, because they work with people at the grassroots level, doing things that you and I might never have an opportunity to do. And so I want to make sure that they survive, and I pray that in carrying on Mr. Smith's legacy, that will be the case with senior level management at FedEx.
I know another thing that really, I believe, caught your attention is what he did for historically black colleges and universities, even including our own Lemoyne Owen College here.
Yes, they actually created what I would call a workforce program, where students can do work during the time that they're matriculating, and the skills that they gain there can transfer to a job at FedEx. Now, that's very unique, and I think they do that at 3 or 4 HBCUs now. They may be expanding to others as well, but knowing that Lemoyne Owen and knowing that Mississippi Valley are a part of that workforce training program, giving students who may not have an opportunity to get a job, giving them the skill sets that they would need to be able to then work at FedEx is pretty brilliant.
It is.
It's a pretty brilliant way to build a pipeline.
Bev, one last thing. He could have located his company any place, but he wanted to keep it here at home.
Right.
What does that say to you?
Well, that says to me that Memphis has a lot of assets that sometimes we as Memphians don't appreciate. We have road, rail, river, runway. You know, you're about 2.5 hours from East Coast centric or West Coast centric. We are a great location. We got great people, the best food you'd ever want to put in your mouth. So we have the assets that would keep a company here, both in terms of those environmental assets. We have the best water in the world, and we have the best. When I tell people we got the best people, honestly, we have the best people.
And you're one of them.
Well, I thank you for that, and I think the same thing about you.
As always, good to see you. Thank you very much for doing this. We do appreciate it.
Happy to do it anytime.
All right.